Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Isabella. Happy birthday to you.
David and Nancy, thank you guys so much for hosting. Where'd you go?
Here we are.
Over here. You are. You guys are the best. I mean, we go back so long. So I introduced David and Nancy.
Yes.
Yes, so this is the least we could do.
Yes. No, and thank you all for coming. I mean, I tell you, 54 was a great year, and I'm really excited about 55, and I'm so thrilled to be celebrating it with all of you and get it off to a great start. And you're already.
I was saying the gentle lie of this party is that this is a birthday party for both of us, because it's really a birthday party for Isabella, who was born on this day, 55. And so what I'd like to do, if I had a glass, but you all who have glasses, I think we should have a toast to Isabella, because I was also figuring out that it's been, I mean, we've been married 28 years, but this year it becomes the 30th year since I first met you. And I just want you to know that you've inspired me every single day of those 30 years, at the beginning and all the way through to today. So can we have a toast to
So I have a toast as well. It's my house, so it's my prerogative. So we're here to celebrate friendship and family, and everyone here is connected through one or both of those ways. David turned 60. It is his birthday, January 26th, and Isabella, who her grandparents called Tutu, was born on February 2nd. I've known them, I guess, almost 30 years, right?
Yeah, same.
We were all together. My group, John is here as well. Cynthia, Mark, Deirdre. We were all associates together at a big law firm. And being at a big law firm is a little bit like being at a college, because there are lots of young people, similar interests. You're working differently, but there's a lot of socializing that goes on. And David and Isabella met then, and I think immediately saw in one another a passion for the world, a wanderlust, apparently immunity to jet lag. They have the stretch passports, and among other things, they introduced Isabella, set up Nancy and me on a blind date, so we are forever in their debt. They were always big-hearted and always including everyone in whatever it was. It was hiking or skiing or bike trips, and their inspiring message was always, you can do this too, and we're going to do it with you. Isabella often told me to get out of my comfort zone. And I would tell her, I like my comfort zone. That's why it's called the comfort zone. But Isabella is sort of irresistible, the force you cannot resist. And so she has pushed me over the years. In 2008, I did a Knowles Wilderness course that I would not otherwise have done. It was a great experience, and it was thanks to Isabella. And many times she would call me and ask if I wanted to do something. So maybe 12 years ago, she called at the end of October and said, why don't you do a triathlon with us in Mexico the weekend after Thanksgiving? And I'd never done one. I would never do one. And Isabella actually tried to sort of debate me why I could do one. And again, it was this sense that you can do this and I'm going to do it with you. Now, I did go on some memorable long bike rides with them. Two in particular, from Houston to Austin. They were fundraisers for MS. And the first one was 2011. It was just Isabella and me and Oliver and Bella. Oliver was 12 at the time. David and Casey were out looking at colleges. It was 165 miles in 2 days. And Oliver was running out of gas on the second day. And Isabella took him aside for the talk. And couldn't hear what she said, but they kind of locked eyes. And I expect she was saying, first, if you don't ride, we have no way to get you home. and second, you can do this, and I'm going to do it with you. And so he finished, and I think that same spirit has been David and Isabella's kind of watchword throughout their lives, that we can do this, and you can do it with us. In 2015, we did another one of these rides in Texas. This time, afterward, I was visiting with Kaysen, happened to be in a swimming pool at a hotel, and Kaysen started telling me I could do a triathlon. Your mom tried to convince me I can't do a triathlon. But it's apparently a kind of second-generation delusional thinking that your friends can do these things. So roll forward to a year ago, when Isabella called on a Sunday and said, how would you like to go to Antigua to see Oliver finish his transatlantic rowing race? It was just a few days away, and I was prepared to evade the invitation, as I evaded invitations to Iceland and Antarctica. I've sometimes thought that Isabella introduced us because we were the least adventurous and laziest people. And then she said, my other news is I have stage 4 lung cancer. So we said, I think we can go. And we went, and it was a great weekend, very memorable weekend. And again, I had a chance to visit with Kaysen in the swimming pool again. And I said, how's life, how's work, are you seeing anyone? And he wasn't. I said, I have a great guy to introduce you to. My friend and colleague, Fran. And Fran is a great guy, and he's smart, and he's nice. But I thought he was kind of normal. And since spending time with Kaysen, he's now doing ultra marathons. He's gone over. He's crossed over. So I feel like we've kind of come full circle in terms of family and friendship here. I was there when Isabella and David met. Nancy and I met through them, and now Kaysen and Fran. So I think David and Isabella and all of their incredible kids embody the idea and the spirit that every day was a milestone. So. Happy birthday. Okay.
Before everyone disperses and starts eating cake, I just wanted to reiterate what my mother said and thank David and Nancy for hosting this incredible party. My mother has never been a big fan of birthdays, but it's really special to see so many loved ones and people she cares about and my father cares about as well from all aspects and times of their life together in one place. I think it's a testament to their energy and their, as David said, like their irresistible nature. You just can't tear yourself away. I certainly can. I'm stuck with them. They're stuck with me. And I think, I can't match what David spoke about just now. And I think we all know, especially about the physical feats that my mother has undertaken the past year. She's always been an adventurer, but this year's kind of been on overdrive, and my father as well. I want to be clear that it's not just about my mother. He also did some very cool physical feats. But the list, I look back to last June when we ran a marathon together in Alaska. My mother called me up a week before. She's like, Kaysen, I need to do a marathon in Alaska. I'm like, okay, great. When are we thinking? She's like, next weekend. I was like, okay, great. We booked my flights and we had a wonderful time. Did an ultramarathon in Kazakhstan. She did 2 Ironman races with Fran.
6 guys in a year. That was awesome. Sorry.
2 Ironman races. She just most recently climbed the highest mountain outside of the Himalayas, Mount Aconcagua, 23,000 feet. Of course, Elbrus, how could I forget? Highest mountain in Europe. And those physical feats, again, we've heard of some or all of them, and they're really impressive, but I think what gets missed sometimes is all the feats that my mother has undertaken outside of that. And all of the energy she puts into a myriad of things outside of that. So whether it's, I was trying to write a list down earlier, but I can't capture everything. Whether it's helping Chris with his essays, or well, I should say, shouldn't just single out Chris. Helping all of us with our essays. In college, I always used to, whenever I got my grades back at the end of the semester, I always used to go to my mother and say, "Mother, you got straight A's in all of your classes." But, helping. Helping proofread. Helping get Chris into some of the best summer programs, decorating my apartment and my brother David's apartment.
I'm good for hire.
They're now full. All of the walls are totally full. She keeps sending me emails of new carpets and new paint. I'm like, we don't have any more wall space. I live in New York City. Going to all of Chris's home cross-country meets, watching him and supporting him as he continued to break his personal records, helping to take care of our cousin, her nephew Kason, who's at school close by to us. Trying to get Fran to take swim classes.
Fran too can do a triathlon.
We've signed up for one in July. She continues to send him emails about signing up for swim classes. Skiing dozens of days. Continuing her work.
I do work too, right, George?
Yes, you do. Her work with George Material Culture, and also for the Princeton Arts Council and Princeton Asia, among many other of her charitable endeavors, as well as spending hours and hours counseling other cancer patients and helping to share her enthusiasm and positivity with them. And of course, I can't forget seeing almost every show on Broadway, and I think single-handedly keeping Schmackery's, which is the best cookie place in the world in business. Every time I see her, she does a dozen cookies. But the reason I share this list with you is to just say, you are, Mother, so inspiring, and Father as well. I get him. I think he knew this.
Can I just say, when Kason wrote his college essay, which was basically, just about how great his mother was, and he sent it to me to review it, and I wrote back and says, "It must have been really hard of you being raised as a single by a single mother." But anyway, go ahead. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's fine.
The reason I share all these things is just to say, it's not just these incredible physical endeavors that you've undertaken that are inspiring. It's your whole life, your whole personality, and the way you approach everything, and the way you problem solve and get past the ups and downs of every day. So I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Very much looking forward to another year and hopefully many more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.